being out here. Our culture is the epitome of being, and for Black society, we're the epitome of gangsters.
Everybody, it's gangsters everywhere. Man.
I get it, but I'm talking
because
about how we gang bang.
If we want to get technical about gangsters, they used to try to call the Italians and stuff gangsters.
But
if you look up the definition of gangsters, it ain't really gang bangers. Because the definition of being a gangster, you was really supposed to be getting money.
I understand what we're talking about. We're being technical right now. But when you think of the versus battle, wasn't nobody up there trying to dress like Al Capone? Wasn't nobody up there dressing like any Italian mob leader?
Okay, hold on. That's a good topic.
No, I'm talking about the versus battle. You just said I'm
hold
talking
on.
about the versus. That was the most West Coast shit that we seen, and was nobody. We were doing what we do. That's how we gang bang.
That's a great topic, because how much influence did the mob have on gang banging? Are gang bangers really that original? If you want to think about it, how many Capones you got from the hood? How many Gottis you got from certain hoods? How many? Even the rules of gang banging, a lot of that shit is what come from the fucking mob.
Is it from the mob
from the mafia,
or transcended from the Panthers?
The mob, the no snitching and shit. That's the mob. The what's that? The Meta. This little thing of ours. Yeah, that's from the mob.
But you can take it far back as just tribalism.
Right.
I mean, you can take like people having tribes and blood sacrifice and loyalty.
Not being a traitor type stuff.
All of that is just something that's embedded in human beings in general, right? Like I think, if you were loyal to certain people loyal to their job, they loyal to their team, they loyal to their family, whatever it is. So I think, you could say the mob maybe influenced it.
Not being loyal. I mean, very specific rules.
Fraternity, you can again, it's a little different, but I think that's always been something that over time we've had.
Where was the first place you heard of no snitching? Like not telling. Really, probably a mafia movie. No. I'm saying, where did the gangbangers who started gangbanging get it from?
Probably so, but I was.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because somebody asked me this and I had to really think about it.
I was thinking of more so on the runaway slave type shit. Like, because if you get caught, if the Quakers that were helping slaves, elude to the north, you can't, because that would be your life. That's what I was more so thinking. So you have to be on a hush hush. That's why we had Negro spirits and singing through songs and shit like that to give directions. A lot of people don't know that, but a lot of those songs and those quotes that we were woven, a lot of that shit was direction to get to freedom.
Yeah, but that was more so for survival. That wasn't on no gangster shit. Like, we in the street doing crime. If you get caught by the feds,
that's gangster though. I mean, because it's like freedom or death. That's it depends on what you could define as gangster.
Nuances.
It's nuances, because again, nigga, how can I be gangster under another nigga thumb if nigga being more gangsters, nigga run away from this whole shit, nigga, and I'm risking my life.
Oh, so a gangster is a criminal who belongs to a gang, engages in organized crime, and breaks the law for money. So that's why I was saying, are all gangbangers really gangsters? Because most niggas ain't gangbanging for money. The mob, the mafia was created as a criminal organization to make money for the families. That's where the term gangster really comes from.
Money laundering and all that, yeah.
We adopted the term gangster from them goddamn Italians that hated niggas. So I never understood niggas who would name themselves after Al Capone and these John Gottis, and these niggas was racist.
They was called Mulians and all types of, so by your
we didn't. That's why we said we was the Crips.
No, I'm saying they took their hood names. It's Crips name Capone. Crips name Gotti. Like, what the fuck?
A few of them.
Like, nigga, why are you named after Italian?
So when by that definition, there's not a lot of gangsters out here like that. Now, there are a few people who was getting money, you know what I'm saying? We already know what it was, where they were serving water or hitting licks. They'll do shit like that. But for the most part, when you think of gangsters, you think of crash out of someone trying to unalive somebody so they can get their hood or their name up to make it seem like we're dangerous. We will kill for nothing.
So that's the opposite of a gangster. What I'm saying is the definition that transcended generation to generation, what we deem as a gangster is actually a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
And wouldn't even last around real gangsters. Because you fucking up the money doing stupid shit. Nigga, we here to get money. That's why we commit crime.
Even when it comes to these terms, are these terms that gangsters gave to them, or is this something that the feds watch and say, hey, this is what we perceive a gangster to be, so we gonna put them and call them those?
I think gangsters put people like in a position where, okay, if I'm getting this, we need a square. And it wasn't a bad thing being a square. We needed somebody with a clean record.
I'm saying when we look up the definition of gangster, is this something that Webster made up? Or is this something that they went and hollered at a gangster and he told them this is what the definition of a gangster is, and they got it from that? and then now we define it that way.
I'm not sure of the origin. I'm just saying what the definition of the word is.
You just looked it up though, right?
He did, but based off of what you said, you right. But I just think now over time, words can transcend in meanings. Like a lot of words could have meant something in the 80s. They don't mean the same thing in the 90s or the 2000s. So people can more so redefine. And then that's how you get a lot of disconnect with old heads. Like, well, Gangsters was like this to me versus what niggas approve of what being gangster.
Because how gangster are you if you run in the streets broke?
Yeah.
How gangster are you? You can't take care of your family. You can't take your kids school shopping. Can't take your lady out on a date. Something go wrong with the car. You can't replace it. The lights going off. You can't pay the bill. How the fuck are you gangster? That's not gangster.
Because now it becomes subjective. Because you could define, a lot of niggas would define, because he chip shit, whatever. Oh yeah, that nigga's a gangster or whatever. And then you get certain niggas will just be like, well shit, cuz don't do nothing. He'll squab you. He'll do whatever. He's still a G though, but he just probably ain't did as much as that person. So it's like, I think you define things in different sense.
And I don't like that term.
Hold on, say it again.
Would you call it a thug? And I don't like that term because I think that term is used, derogatory for us. But would that be more of the definition? Like if the Italians were to, again, they've called us other things, but if people were to look at us and say, okay, you're out here committing crimes really for no reason or for no monetary gain, would that be more of that than of a gangster?
Well,
a thug is a violent, lawless person, criminal, or ruffian.
That's
why they call us thugs.
Yeah, because Pac had it on display.
So, the word they use in the judicial system is because they have something called gang enhancements, and that's where you get the term terrorist threats. They also consider gang members in California a type of terrorist, which is a more commercial way to say thug. So ultimately, if you ain't out here getting money, you just terrorizing people. You a terrorist. You're terrorizing the people in your neighborhood. You're terrorizing your homies because you had too much to drink. Now y'all squabbling, or you didn't, took your homie out over a $300 dice game. So what are you doing? You just terrorizing.
It's crazy though, because the mob was actually terrorizing civilians.
They were.
In the name of getting money though.
Or they terrorizing them, or extorting is terrorizing.
Yeah, money laundering.
But it was all in the name of getting money though.
Correct. We just talking about dudes, like you said. It's just dudes out here like, I'm just a gangster. I'm just grimy. I'm just out here doing it.
As I'm aging, I think I respect being gangster more than I'm being around thugs. But when I was younger, I liked being around with the thugs than I did about being gangster.
But do you think that's a mature? But do you think that has to do with your maturity?
Those two things don't correlate?
No, because from the definition that Viral just said, being lawless as a thug means I'm fearless. I want to just cause destruction because for a namesake. I'm not really caring about the money. I'm doing it because I want to be popping. As I'm aging and I realize, damn, being gangster, low-key, having the money, having the power, that's really, in my word, that's actually gangster. That's actually really having the juice. But I think that's what comes with maturity.
Yeah, but most gang members are willing to do whatever to get whatever. So whatever they got to take. I'm just saying though, whether they got to take something, whether they got to hit a lick, whether they got to do that, and he's still just fully actively gang banging. He probably not looking for the amounts every day as a normal citizen or something. But at some point, they're going to try to get some money, I would think.
I don't know. It's a lot of niggas that ain't trying to get no motherfucking money. Nigga waking up, riding a bike, riding around, looking for somebody to press. Don't care about getting no money at all.
What they say on that pod record, she said, man, all you do is sit in the window with that damn tech all day.
You don't
get no money. You don't fuck. You don't do a
goddamn. I see death around the corner. Gotta stay 5.
So Pac made a song.
The young niggas don't even care about getting money. They care about getting hats.
That's what I'm
saying. Think about what the culture transcended to. Them niggas only care about getting hats for real.
A lot of them niggas care about getting hats, but the biggest thing with them niggas care about attention and they want fame. That's that attention needle.
And that's when it's switched. That's what it be. And that's where
the
switch, because I remember niggas would get a hat because it was fucking up the money. That's why we had to be dangerous, because it was fucking up the money. Whether if you was slanging water, slanging rocks, whatever at that time when I was growing up, that's what was popular at the time. Then blocking and all that shit became popular. But I remember back then, nigga, if you had the dope, nigga, your hood had the money. Straight up.
I think niggas in the younger era like getting money too, though. I would say so. Yes, the catching hats is polarized, but at least in my era, niggas I don't know if it came before me, whatever, but niggas was cracking cars like crazy. It was a lot of things niggas was doing, and niggas was flashy as fuck. So I don't know. Maybe it's from where I was at, whatever it is. But I think a lot of young niggas was getting to a bag more so now than before. That's why shit is maybe deemed watered down a little bit.
Well, we talking about this generation of YNs.
Yeah.
This generation of YNs, you can get all the money in the world if you ain't got a hat. Niggas ain't even respecting you for real.
That's true. And then scamming, let's just be real though. I know you're a little younger, but credit cards, like that was like low key, like white people, like we wasn't doing that type. But if anything, we would take, if you had a Honda key, if y'all know what I'm talking about, that universal Honda key that opened up any Honda,
Man.
that was the lick. It was like GT. It was like those was the crime.
My era was Chase or BOA.
Yeah, there you go. That's what I'm saying. That's more of the scam. Shout out to Young Miami, all the scamming niggas. That's like y'all generation for getting money. For us, it was more so you have to kind of be outside to get money. It wasn't like you can be behind a computer screen and low key get rich off that.
All right, look, let me switch topics for a little bit away from the ignorance, right?
Yeah, for sure.
I don't want to make the whole show just ignorant.
Smart as the new gangster.
Yeah.